Welcome to this time out with Marcus Ekure. A client once phoned me and was complaining bitterly that everybody working in his company is a thief. That they steal him. He can't even see his money, and he's tired that everybody is just stealing from him. And he wanted me to do some consultancy for him. I came on board and I looked at the structure of the organization. It didn't take me up to 30 minutes to know why everybody is stealing from him. How can you invest billions to set up an organization or a business and you pay peanuts to your staff members? That is very wrong. There is 100% chance that they are going to steal from you, because these people have needs. They have their own objectives, just like your organization or business has its objective. So, and sometimes or most times, there is tendencies for organizational objective to clash with that of the workers or the staff's objective. That's when you talk about management by objective, which talks about or indicates or explains the need for you to give priority attention to the objective of your workers. So you don't treat your workers, your staff, like trash. You invest billions to set up a business, then you bring people in, even your manager. The manager was earning just 50,000 naira at that time. Then other staff members, junior staff, their salary structure was between 15,000 to 25, 30,000 naira. And when I spoke to him that you have to review this salary structure of these people, he was like, oh, why should I review it? How much are other persons paying in other areas? Even filling station workers, how much they earn and all that. You don't compare other person's situation with yours. And you don't really have to generalize, because you don't know the real experience those persons are going through. You don't know their story. The truth about it is that most pump attendants in filling stations, many of them, they're already building, they already have houses. They built their houses from that business. So it's not actually the money you pay them. They get paid, that they really rely on. They do a whole lot of shoddy deals. My uncle used to have a filling station. I can say categorically the experience and how it works, because I lived with him for a long time. There were occasions that, they kept stealing from him to the extent that at night there was collusion between the pump attendants and the security guys, that at night they will go take diesel from the underground tank and sell to customers. They had customers that kept patronizing them, those black market customers. They kept, taking diesel and petrol to sell to customers at night. This thing continued for a very long time that nobody was aware, nobody knew, but the business was going down. It was eating into capital that, my uncle was literally feeling it, until we had to plant surveillance and we caught them. It was collusion. Now, I tell you the truth, when there is collusion, you'll find out that everybody is the smart person, but you are the stupid person. You, the owner of the business, you are the stupid person. Everybody, you come into office, Oga, don't bale for you. Oga, welcome. Oga me, they will hail you and everything, but you are in trouble. Salary, it's very important. It's a very important thing to consider if you want to have members of staff that are honest. We know some persons are thieves naturally. They have that inclination, that tendency to always want to look for shortcuts, cut corners, and all that kind of stuff. But the truth about it is that there are a lot of things you consider when employing workers, especially considering the current cost of living crisis in Nigeria. You look at what is the distance of the person from the place of work, your business. So, in fact, these are some of the things you have to even consider during the course of the interview. How far does the person stay away? That's if you don't have residential quarters for workers. Because somebody who lives far away that requires about 500 naira or maybe 1,000 naira to transport his or herself to your place of work on daily basis, and you place such a person on salary of 50,000, there's tendency that the person is going to steal from you. That is the truth. So these are things you factor into or you put into consideration. If you don't have residential quarters for the workers, during the course of interview, find out the distance from the place of work and bring this to their notice. So how do you hope to cope if you are employed in this place with just this amount of salary and you live in this kind of distance? And some of them will tell you, oh, I have a friend that stays close, so I'm going to be living with my friend while I work and all that kind of stuff. So you have to get all this perspective very clearly. Very important. So if you are setting up an organization, it is better for you to reduce the number of staff in the organization and pay the few you have very well to be more effective and productive than for you to staff everywhere with people that you are paying peanuts, just like modern slavery. In the developed context, it's a different ballgame. They pay per hour, irrespective of whosoever you are, whether you are private, whether you are public and all that. There's a minimum benchmark of payment for workers. So with that, if somebody is coming to work, the person knows that for every hour that is counting, I'm getting paid, and they'll put in their best into the work. So in my next video, I'm going to be talking about strategies to organize your business in a way to avoid people stealing from you, to avoid your workers stealing from you. But number one, you must know that if you don't pay your workers very well, they're going to steal from you. That is, it's a sure banker. You can't, in fact, you can't doubt it. You can't do anything about it. They are going to steal from you. That's just the truth. So if you pay them very well, you know, the tendencies of stealing becomes reduced. But there are other factors that go with this, which we are going to talk about in our next video. Thank you for staying glued to me. Stay tuned till we meet in our next edition. It's Marcus Ikure. Bye for now.